She was an athlete. She was a scholar. She was a friend. She was competitive, very nurturing. She did not suffer fools. She was a mother. There were a lot of facets to her. She was a kind person. She was very thoughtful. She touched people. She really did. She touched people to the core. I was attending a course in Yakima, and she had just graduated from college. My cousin and a friend of her family's decided that we would make a good match. I planned to take her to a movie. We stayed at dinner for a long time and didn't even go to the movie. We went and played miniature golf, and truth be told, she beat me pretty soundly. Yeah, and we dated for a couple of months, and then she took off for Europe with a couple of her friends from UP. I used that time frame when she was gone to close out her family. So I spent some time with her parents and her sisters, and so she didn't have a chance. We got engaged in maybe March of the following year, and then we're married that following September.
Catherine and I met at the University of Portland. We went there in 1978, and we were both in the nursing program, and we both played on the tennis team together. Catherine being the #1 player, and I was the bottom player. But we had fun together.
We met on second base. We were 11 years old and playing on opposing softball teams. Kath's story was that she hit this, great line drive, and that I missed the tag at second base, and so that we had a chance to chat. And my story was that she actually could have had a home run, but I was so interesting that she stopped.
She was very smart, and she loved the University of Portland. She loved the nursing program. She loved the tennis program. I think it was all really meaningful to her.
It was the size of the classes, the academic reputation of the school, and she made the most of it. She had the intellectual capacity to do whatever she wanted. She really did. I can't honestly tell you why she settled on nursing. I'm grateful that she chose that, and I think those that she helped during her career are grateful.
She wasn't famous. She wasn't self-centered. She was driven to be sure that there was a purpose in what she did, and her purpose was in seeing that her charges, her children, got to the point where they could do things right and do the right things. And you could see that those kids were very, very willing to learn from her and to have her lead the charge. And lead she did.
There's so much of her in them, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, intellectually, whatever it is, but they're all her. Yeah.
She was my hero. She was smart and beautiful, and she just had this way about her where she knew what we were thinking before we were even thinking it. She always knew what was best for us.
I think definitely her family kept her going, and her desire to not have her illness impact each of their lives was intense.
She was always there and always so happy for your wins, but always picked you up when you and put things in perspective when you lost. It's those little things that creep up really, really suddenly. Those memories are special.
She's the bravest person I know. I never will know. From my perspective, there were 3 stages to her illness. When she got the call the first time, you react to it. There's a common enemy. We're going to beat this, we're going to fight this, and there's that sense of purpose, that goal. We went through that twice, but the second stage was the weekend that was apparent she was going to die. I remember thinking to myself, I don't want to do this. And then there's a third stage, and that's when she's gone, and this one's the hardest.
My name's Hannah Murray, and I was a member of the class of 2016, the School of Nursing. Being chosen for a scholarship is really powerful, I think. It's very validating as to who you are and what you're doing in the world. I've worked really hard for something, and to be chosen because of that work that I put in and to be chosen because of who I am, that really means something.
I remember right where I was. I was at the gym, and it was several days before she died. And I knew that given her family and the way she was, that people were going to want to do something. I wanted it to be something lasting, something that had significance, something that would really represent the type of person that she was. And so the idea of a scholarship came to mind, and of course the tie-in with University of Portland and the new nursing school was instant.
It's important for us to keep her in everyone's life, and I think this is such a perfect way to honor her because it's a way for people to give back to something that's a great cause, because the nursing profession, and especially the nursing program at UP, is top-notch.
The person that she was is so inspiring, and I think something for me to be striving for, being a good nurse and being a good person and providing that care. You know, as a nurse, that really means a lot to me that I was chosen as someone who might be that in such a cool way.
Someone in every part of her life was deeply touched by Catherine, and everyone found a way to rally around the scholarship. So we really have all the connections that her family has to thank for the outreach, especially her parents, Jim and Maureen. The donations that have been made are impacting so many people's lives beyond just someone who's receiving the scholarship from a financial standpoint. It's impacting our family, it's impacting our friends, and seeing Catherine's legacy grow, it's such a cool feeling, it really is.
What started out as a scholarship has now turned into this endowment that has her name on it and will go on forever.